The United States is the wealthiest, most powerful country, yet today, public trust in its institutions has eroded to an all-time low. We see the symptoms in extreme political polarization, widespread social anxiety, and a public that has largely lost faith in its leadership. American history is driven by a specific repeating algorithm of contradiction. It is an engine that follows a three-step cycle: promise freedom, accumulate power, and hide the cost. To understand why the system is fracturing today, we have to trace how those hidden costs have compounded over 250 years of operation. Every era of American expansion has relied on this same mechanism to move forward. This pattern was established at the nation's birth. The myth of the Founding Fathers often obscures a hard operational reality. The nation's design relied on a permanent underclass to function. In the 1700s, colonial elites were buried in debt to British creditors. They were locked into trade rules and taxes designed to fund an empire that didn't view them as equals. Rebellion offered an economic escape. By promising equality and liberty, the elite mobilized a population to fight for a new system that granted them absolute political autonomy and immense agricultural wealth. But that wealth was subsidized by the lifelong forced labor of enslaved Africans and the violent displacement of Native Americans. From the beginning, American freedom and extreme human exploitation were born as twins. The contradiction was hardwired into the nation's DNA. The machine scaled up during the Civil War. While the war ended slavery, it also exposed a new class divide. Wealthy elites were permitted to buy their way out of the military draft, leaving the poor to fight. Afterward, the nation shifted toward an industrial empire, powered by the public myth of manifest destiny and the promise of the American dream. Industrial tycoons used this expansion to accumulate monopolistic power in oil, steel, and finance, amassing fortunes that rivaled entire civilizations. The hidden cost of this growth fell on millions of immigrants and poor whites who were pushed into brutal, dangerous factory conditions for survival. The Gilded Age transformed the machine into a continental force, successfully exchanging lower-class lives for staggering corporate expansion. After the World Wars, America moved toward global hegemony. It leveraged its role as a creditor to the world to project power without the visible footprint of traditional colonies. The promise was the defense of the free world. In exchange, the machine delivered a post-war economic boom and a thriving middle class at home. Abroad, the cost was kept covert. The U.S. utilized the CIA to overthrow democratically elected foreign governments to protect corporate interests and ensure regional stability. At home, the government built a massive intelligence apparatus. The FBI conducted illegal surveillance on its own citizens, while the CIA's MK-Ultra program tested mind control drugs on unsuspecting Americans. Maintaining a global empire required a mask, the constant public defense of democracy, hiding the brutal reality of foreign and domestic intervention. In the 21st century, these compounded costs have collided. The War on Terror drained trillions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of lives based on intelligence that proved to be demonstrably false. The 2008 financial crash deepened the divide. While ordinary working-class families lost their homes, the elites responsible for the collapse were bailed out with public funds. During the COVID-19 pandemic, wealth shifted upward at a rate that has no modern parallel, with billionaires adding trillions to their net worth, while small businesses shuttered. The moral authority of the system evaporated with scandals that proved an untouchable class could operate entirely above the laws governing everyone else. In the digital age, the final step of the machine, hiding the cost, has become impossible. Instant connectivity means every intervention and every economic betrayal is broadcast in real time. This exposure has pushed suspicion of the deep state out of the shadows. Following decades of surveillance and intelligence failures, skepticism once found only in niche circles now appears in national polls across the political spectrum. For 250 years, the engine of contradiction has successfully traded human lives for power. Today, the friction of that design is tearing the mechanism apart.